Hello YouTube, my name's Nero, and today we have some more Call of Duty Black Ops 3 news. So there's lots of stuff to go over today, so let's get right into it. The first thing is, if you hop on Black Ops 2 today, you will find there is a new message of the day, which now says, listen to the sound of my voice, which of course is a throwback to the original Snapchat that was actually sent out by Treyarch. It actually said, listen to the sound of my voice, which really kind of started the entire sequence of events that have been happening throughout these messages that they've been sending out. The picture that we see is this. It looks like a CAT scan of a brain for the most part. We have seen other pictures so far that we've been able to actually apply different color filters and things like that to the picture itself to try and get some kind of message from there, but we haven't been able to do anything, or at least I haven't been able to do anything by changing around the colors or changing around anything really to it. We do see right here on the side though, there is what looks to be a sideways pound sign, which of course is the hashtag, as well as a T, as well as a 2. So that could be T2. We do remember from the Snapchats that were released earlier that there are actually different subjects actually being experimented on by this Dr. Salim. Let's go ahead and play that for you guys right now.
Following minor seizures, subjects D2 reported a brief period of impaired hearing. Similarly, D5 complained of a decreased sense of taste.
Subjects D2 and subjects B5, and now we see this. It kind of looks like subject T2, or at least number T2, as we see this CAT scan of the brain. Pretty interesting, pretty interesting. Also interesting, the official Treyarch Twitter page is now following this random person. Let's go ahead and take a look at this random person here. This person is called the Unmarked Man. Alright, you can find him on Twitter for yourselves. You guys also like to follow him, is at the Unmarked Man. Now, there's only 2 tweets out at the time of me recording this video. The first tweet ever sent out is, the incident changed everything. Now, keep in mind, incident itself is actually capitalized, so maybe it's an actual event rather than just a generic the incident. It's the incident. Incident is the subject of this sentence. That's something to keep in mind. And the second tweet that he sent out is, no, listen to the sound of my voice. Now, what's interesting, you look at his profile picture, which we can zoom in on that for you right now. The profile picture itself almost appears to be a shadow, and almost a shadow from Windows in the background, with the windows kind of make a 3 like Black Ops 3, and you see a man, just basically the black silhouette of a man. That's the profile picture right now. Of course, I tried applying different kinds of filters and stuff like that. I couldn't get to really see anything or have any text pop up or anything like that. But if you go back to his profile and you look at the background image that he has for his profile, that is the exact same brain image, right, that we saw on the message of the day for Black Ops 2. So on the message of the day in Black Ops 2, going back to that once again, it actually says, listen to the sound of my voice. Then you go to his Twitter page, it says, no, listen to the sound of my voice. That's definitely something that's very interesting. Along with all this, we've actually gotten a brand new Snapchat actually released by Call of Duty themselves. Let's go ahead and take a listen to that.
The duration of these episodes can range anywhere from a few seconds to several hours. Subjects appear unable to distinguish the implanted memories from their own.
Alright, and the duration of these episodes can range from a few seconds to several hours. Subjects appear to be unable to distinguish the implanted memories from their own. So, we're finally learning a little bit more about what is happening here. Now, we don't know what this incident is. The Unmarked Man, we don't know who the Unmarked Man is. We don't know what this incident is that he's talking about on Twitter, but he does want us to listen to him rather than listening to the voice of Dr. Salim. That's pretty interesting. Now, we've learned from all these Snapchats so far that there is a Dr. Salim. This Dr. Salim is performing a project. He's feeling very confident about the project that they're doing, but what exactly it is they're doing, no one really knows. Now, we can tell from the beginning that they're talking to somebody, they're kind of brainwashing somebody to go to sleep, basically, and then they put that person to sleep, and there's a bunch of really weird things. You see lots of memories, lots of really confusing Snapchat stuff ends up happening, but at the same time, we're learning all of this stuff is actually involving implanting memories into people. Now, a lot of people are speculating that this could actually be the case in which they are actually brainwashing Mason or brainwashing other people like Mason with the numbers, right? The whole point of the original Black Ops was Mason himself was actually brainwashed originally to assassinate his own president, and then he had that brainwashing kind of reversed, and he was brainwashed again, and he was supposed to go out and murder off a German Nazi, as well as these 2 Russian guys who, of course, betrayed Reznov in the campaign and stuff. So there's lots of stuff going on with that in terms of brainwashing and numbers and things. A lot of things are actually being changed, right? That was the whole point of it, and Mason's been pretty messed up ever since. But I feel as though we're actually seeing kind of a recurring theme here with this. I think we're seeing some brainwashing actually happening. A lot of people are wondering if this is going to be the idea of super soldiers, which it makes a whole lot of sense. This whole thing of super soldiers actually happening, but we don't know. We don't know if they're actually making super soldiers right now. They're implanting memories. If you were to make these super soldiers, right, which going back to this picture again, you see this guy's got all this technology built onto him, and you look at the description that you could find from the source code of the official Call of Duty website, which said that we're going to blur the lines between our own humanity and the technology that we create to stay ahead. You would think that we're making super soldiers, some kind of cyborg, half-man, half-robotic race of people, and that was going to be the basis of our next game. But why would that involve brainwashing? Why would that involve implanting memories upon your subjects? I'm not entirely positive. This is definitely getting confusing. Well, it's funny how they're doing this marketing campaign. They're doing it to the point where some of us, we feel as though we're figuring it out, right? We feel as though we're on the right trail, right? And then we start figuring out a little bit. We feel as though we've come to a conclusion. Then they change it up on us completely, right? And keep in mind, in a lot of these Snapchats and stuff, we're actually just seeing images of people that don't look like they're from the future. They very much look like they're back in Vietnam. They very much look like they're back in World War II. They don't look like they're in the year 2040 or something like that, whenever this game's supposed to be set in, right? It's supposed to be set after the events of Black Ops 2, which of course was set in 2025. So who knows when they're actually going to go ahead and have this time frame set in. It's very, very confusing. It's a lot of people are having some difficulty with this, myself included, because every time we feel as though we have an idea what's going on, they go ahead and they change the game on us, which is definitely something they're doing. It's great. It's keeping us on our toes, and it's by far just the best idea for a marketing campaign ever, because what are we doing right now? We're all talking about the game. We're talking about a game that we know nothing about. We've made countless videos talking about this game that we know barely anything about, and it is just such good marketing on the part of Treyarch. But it's amazing. It's fantastic. You gotta take your hat off to those guys, man. They are putting together a crazy awesome marketing campaign. I think the coolest part about it is we're all working together trying to figure out what this may possibly be, and the entire community is all trying to work together to try and figure out what the next game is going to be like, what's the setting going to be, and what are these things meaning in particular. People are learning a lot about history, they're researching all this stuff, trying to figure out stuff. It's really cool how they're doing this. It's awesome that they're kind of embracing the Call of Duty community as well as the YouTube community in this whole endeavor. It's pretty freaking awesome they're actually accepting that, whereas you look at other companies, like, not pointing any fingers, Nintendo, who kind of are very slow to embrace this kind of thing. You know, you look how they're doing versus how well Call of Duty's doing. It's definitely pretty awesome all this is happening. So that is today's video. That is today's news. Once again, let's go over that one more time. We're going to be showing you that there is going to be a brand new message today on Black Ops 2. We're going to go to the Unmarked Man on Twitter, at the Unmarked Man, who is being followed by the official Treyarch Call of Duty page. If you guys would like to go ahead and follow them, feel free to do so. What chances are they're going to be tweeting out some stuff. And of course, there's a brand new Snapchat actually released. Now, like we always do in these videos, I would like to, right before the end of the video here, actually play for you every single Snapchat that has been released so far in a row, and then we'll end off the video from there. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
Listen only to the sound of my voice. Let your thoughts drift. Let the bad memories fade. Let peace be upon you. Imagine somewhere calm. Imagine somewhere safe. Imagine yourself in a frozen forest. Our greatest barrier is our own fear, our own doubts. The human mind holds many mysteries. I am deeply optimistic about this project's potential. Of course, the human consciousness is fundamentally unpredictable. Similar physiology, different environmental conditioning. Following minor seizures, subjects D2 reported a brief period of impaired hearing. Similarly, D5 complained of a decreased sense of taste. Several subjects have experienced fleeting bouts of paranoia. Base fears, phobias, and even dreams contribute to a temporary overload of their conscious minds. The duration of these episodes can range anywhere from a few seconds to several hours. Subjects appear unable to distinguish the implanted memories from their own.